Hey guys, what's up? It's Dana Alexa. Welcome back to my channel. So today I thought it would be kind of fun to respond to some of the assumptions that you guys have about me. So if you're wondering what that means, basically I put up a question sticker on Instagram and asked you guys to tell me some things that you assume about me. You know, I put a lot of stuff out into my public profile, my public personality, based on the stuff that I post or maybe on some of the things you've seen in me in real life. What do you assume to be true about me? So I put that out and I got some really funny things back, some really nice things, and some really mean things. So I'm going to address all of those. So if you're interested, keep watching. Alrighty, so let's get started. The first assumption is that you're picky about who you bring into your circle. This assumption is 100% true. So I don't know if I would use the word picky. I would use a fancier word like selective. And I guess those things are the same. But picky makes me feel more like you would not want to get close to people for small reasons. And I'm not like that. I love people's quirks and their weirdness and their differences. And so it's not that it would be something small that would make me decide whether or not I wanted to have somebody close to me or not. I really try to surround myself with only the best people, the people who are really working on themselves, who have good hearts, who have a heart for other people, people who inspire me to be the best version of myself. I think that really, really, really the company that you keep affects the way that you live. So yes, I am selective about who I keep close to me. I haven't always been, and that has been a mistake in the past. So I am definitely selective about who I keep close to me, but I'm also very open and open-hearted and always interested in having new people come close to me or come into my life. So yeah. This is the tea. Okay, this one says, you had a lot of boyfriends in high school and college. This assumption is partially true. So I wouldn't necessarily say I had a lot of boyfriends necessarily, like I was dating everybody. But what I would say is that I always had a boyfriend. I think I started dating when I was in junior high. My first boyfriend, I was in 7th grade. My first kiss. Shout out to Brett, you out there somewhere. And then honestly, I think I had a boyfriend pretty much until I graduated college, straight through. And then most of my 20s, I had a boyfriend. I always was in a relationship. Honestly, the past 3 years that I've been single is probably the longest stretch of singleness in my life since I was 13. Yes, I definitely always had a boyfriend. Not lots, but always had boyfriends. I had, everyone knows I was in a relationship with Matt for 5 years in my mid-20s. And then before that, I actually had another 5-year-long relationship with my college boyfriend. So I was in long-term relationships a lot. Most of my relationships have been long-term. And so a lot of my life was spent in relationships. And I think that's a big part of the reason that now I am happy to be single, even though I think it went a little bit backward, that if I had been more single when I was younger, I probably would be settled down by now. But everybody's timeline and course is completely different, and I loved and appreciated all the relationships that I had throughout my life, and I'll get into a little bit more about that in another vlog someday. But yeah, so I didn't have a lot of boyfriends, but I did kind of always have a boyfriend. Did kind of always have a boyfriend. It's really hard to talk to yourself, guys. All right, the next one is probably one that a lot of people assume. It says, you hate Matt. So this assumption is 100% false. I absolutely do not hate Matt. For those of you who are who the hell is Matt? Which I'm sure there's very few of you that are actually asking that question. But I had a relationship. I was engaged for 5 years to a man named Matt. We lived together. We traveled the world together. We built an empire together. We had a really significant relationship. It's how a lot of people know me on social media as somebody who danced alongside him. So I think that you guys think that I hate Matt because maybe it's just standard for someone to hate their ex, or maybe because I don't like to talk about it that much or bring it up that much. And I think just to be super, super clear, I do not hate Matt. I love Matt. I will always love Matt. I will always be appreciative for those years that we spent together. And I have no reason to hate him. You know, life is long. I have done my fair share of hurting people and being hurt. And I'm sure that, unfortunately, there's probably more of that to come. So we had really great moments in our relationship, just like we had bad ones, obviously. And no, I don't have any hate, any anger, any negativity in my heart towards him. I really hope that he's happy and that he's successful, and checked in on him from time to time. There's no bad blood there, at least not on my part, and from what I know, not on his either. The reason that I don't like to talk about it that much is because, you know, Matt's a public person, and as am I, and just, you know, even out of respect for him, it's every time I bring his name up or every time I would divulge something about our relationship, that was a private relationship between us. And I know you guys saw a lot of it because we posted a lot of it, but it's still not the same. You guys weren't there and you weren't involved in our relationship. So to talk a lot about it or to speak only my side would be unfair to him and not respectful to him. And so I do my best to respect the bond that we had over the course of time that we had. So I hope that that's super clear, and I hope that you guys understand that I have absolutely no hatred towards him at all. The next assumption is also a Matt assumption. You hate it when people refer to you as Matt's ex. This one is half true. I think the word hate is a little strong. I don't hate it. What I do feel about it is that I don't think that anyone refers to him as Dana's ex. And I think I was just as significant a part of his life and his come up as he was of mine. But because I'm the female in the relationship, I'm always going to be called like his ex. You know, I always have to be qualified by his name. And that bothers me just, you know, on a personal level, just because I'm my own person and that's just somebody that I dated. That's not really a reflection of my identity. But at the same time, like, if that's how you know me or who you know me as, then that's fine. That is true. I am Matt's ex. That's the truth. You know, I'm not mad about that. So it'd be nice if you guys knew me as something else, or if you knew me for who I am. But if not, you know, it's just not my favorite thing in the world. But I'm pretty sure you wouldn't want to be known as Joe's ex or like Mary's ex. I'm pretty sure you just want to be called your name. Me too. Okay, the next assumption is you're not interested in dating anyone. Ooh. Well, this is a tricky one. I mean, this assumption's kind of true. I'm not necessarily interested in dating anyone specific right now. It's not like I have anybody that I'm like, oh, I really want to date this one person. But I'm not as closed down to dating as I once was. Like I said, I've been single for a really long time now, completely single for a full year. I did date a few people after Matt for short periods of time. But I've been single now for a year, if not a little bit more, like completely single. Like, so yeah. In that year, I've changed a lot, I've grown a lot, and I do feel that I'm more ready now for a relationship than I ever have been in the past, and I'm slowly opening up to it. To be honest with you, what I think happens when you're single for a long period of time is that you get kind of like defensive of your singleness. Like, I almost like worry, because I love my single self so much, and I love who I've become. Like, you start to worry, like, oh, is a relationship gonna like drag me out of this, or you know, and I think that's just because all the relationships I've had in the past have failed or failed me in some way. And in that, like, they didn't help me to be better. They actually kind of made me a little bit worse. I was like a little bit stressed, or I was a little bit nuts, or whatever it was. I think in the last year, I've grown so much that I will be an exceptional partner to somebody. And I hope that, you know, because I'm ready to bring that to the table, I will invoke that in somebody else. And my next relationship won't be anything to worry about. It won't take away from my dope single self. It will just enhance the human that I am and be a circumstance change, not like a soul change, unless it's for the good. But so I think that was like a mixed answer. I'm not interested in dating anyone, but I am interested in dating someone. You out there, boo? Somebody come get me. Like, somebody stop me. This one is a nice one. This one says, I assume you're the most caring, thoughtful, and nicest person to ever set foot on this planet. Well, that is just the nicest thing, but it's probably not true. I mean, obviously my ego, I would love to be like, obviously I'm the nicest person to ever walk this planet. But most caring and thoughtful person on this planet, look, I don't know everybody else on this planet, but I will give myself props for being caring and thoughtful. I really am pretty thoughtful. I try to be. I do my best. Do my best to listen when people talk, to do nice things for my people. So I feel like I'll give myself those props. The nicest, that's a stretch. And yo, look, I'm nice. I really am. Like, trust me, I'm nice. No, I swear I'm nice. No, I have a good heart. I really do. And I love people. I really, really do. I care so much about people. I really, really do. And I love people that I've never even met. Like, I do. But I think a little bit of my New York upbringing and my take no shit attitude, I wouldn't necessarily say I was nice. It is something I'm working on, being softer, being somebody that's maybe more approachable. I'm not mean, but when I think of nice, I think of like super fluffy all the time, and that hasn't always been me. I have been very direct. I have obviously been bitchy at times, especially to people who cross me the wrong way. Y'all, that's my bad. I was young, I was unenlightened, so cut a bitch some slack. I'm nicer now than I've ever been before. I'm working on getting nicer every day, nicer to myself and nicer to others. But I appreciate that you think you see that in me, because maybe it's the potential for me to be the nicest person on this planet. This one says, I assume you would take a bullet for your friends. Now, this assumption is 100% true. Honestly, that has always been my way. I don't know if it's the Italian blood, I don't know if it's the Brooklyn blood, but born and raised to be loyal to the core, to the heart of me. Like someone had mentioned earlier, I am selective in who I keep around me, and I only keep people around me that I love enough to like literally take a bullet for. So that's the other reason that I gotta keep my circle small. I can only take a bullet so many times, y'all. But yeah, if you have my loyalty, you have it. My loyalty is kind of a permanent thing, to be honest with you. I have had fallings out with people over time, but still, if they call me and they need something, even if years have gone by, I'll usually still show up or turn up some way. I am that person that if you inspire me to love you and to feel loyalty towards you, then it's pretty hard to shake it. So okay, so I did not expect this video to go so long. So I'm gonna cut this video right here, and I'm gonna upload a part 2 to my responses to your assumptions about me. So if you're interested in seeing that, click in the description box below and it'll take you to part 2 of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I love and appreciate all of you. If you enjoyed this, give it a like and subscribe. And as always, I love chatting with you in the comments. So leave a comment down below and let me know what you think. Thank you guys. Love y'all. Be back real soon.